new week, a new haul, a little bit of vlogging, a tiny little DIY, and just a whole lot of fun. So I decided to take my nephew to the center of the universe, which happens to be the Fremont neighborhood in Seattle. I've been coming to this neighborhood since I was a teenager. It's always so much fun. And I've been coming to the Fremont market since it first started way back in the 80s. I always find super cool things, and the vibe is just a blast. And I've actually sold at this market before.
I guess. And then this one, if you like to cook with extra virgin olive oil,
I do.
This is a blend of olives, so it's salad. All three.
I think I like this one the best.
That one's.
Fremont is so quirky and fun. Like, look at this tiny little parade. It was so cute. I'm gonna say that's the smallest parade I've ever seen, and it was just so much fun. They actually went in the PCC market with all their music and their marching band and their little tiny miniature floats. I mean, it was just so charming. And of course, we had to visit the troll that lives under the bridge. He is super cool, and you can't go to Seattle without making a visit and taking a selfie. It was even better because my daughter got to join us, since she rarely gets to see her cousin. So that was a lot of fun. And we hit a bunch of little boutiques, and we had lunch. So many cool things. So many cool things to see. And then it was time for the soccer game, which again had such a great vibe. Everybody was so excited. Seattle, I mean, Washington in general, we are just huge sports fans. Not so much myself, but I do love a good game of soccer. On the days that I don't have to head out early to get to work, I like to walk in the morning. It's just my time to be in nature, be at one with the universe, and kind of just be centered. It's also really good for setting your circadian rhythm so that you sleep better at night. And so I really notice the changing season. Even though it's so chilly, it is definitely spring. Everything's starting to bloom, and there's so many beautiful birds out. It's just a wonderful time of year. I have to show you this. It still has some brass cleaner on it, but I will pop up some pictures of it styled. But I got it for $10 at St. Vincent de Paul. And it is a mid-century 1950s Italian brass candelabra, and it was really, really grubby. It could still use some work, but I'm gonna let the buyer finish it off as far as cleaning goes. But anyways, I thought this was a good deal. This cute little stool. It's just a little farmhouse stool. I really don't like the design on it, but it's going straight as it is into my booth, my Americana booth, and I paid $8. I also got this adorable little painting of these geraniums. It is so cute. It was done by Sharon in 1985. I think it's adorable. And this one is also going to my Americana booth, and I paid $5. There's another piece of art. It's a pencil drawing. It's also signed. High Game is the name of the piece, by R.H. Polenska. Anyways, I kind of like it. It's very simple, kind of like a line drawing, and maybe it's charcoal, I can't tell, but it was only $3. And this one is also going to my Americana booth. You may have caught this on a previous video, but I actually bought that globe on the stand, and I decided I did not like that color, and so I took it home and I did a tiny little DIY. Lately, I've really been digging navy blue, and my original idea was to paint it navy blue and either use like a stamp from IOD or to stencil on some stars. Ultimately, I didn't do any of that, but I did start by putting like a Kilns primer on it, because it is really super shiny wood, and you want to use a primer whenever you have this type of finish, because then the paint will have something to adhere to. I was so in the moment, I totally painted it and totally forgot to invite you to the process. But here is me adding an additional coat of navy blue paint. So with a little blue paint and a little bit of time, this globe was completely transformed. It is heading to my store. I paid $5.99 for it, and I think I'm gonna put maybe $65 on it, and I think it turned out really pretty. of you that don't know me, my name is Abigail. I have a vintage and antique store in Poulsbo, Washington. I have a couple of antique booths in Seattle, Washington. I sell on almost all the major platforms, and I also have an Instagram account. So if you're not following me there, you should, because I post new content every single day. So that was such a good sale, and although I did get a lot of stuff, I still have to go out sourcing because I didn't get a lot of stuff to sell online. But let me show you what I have listed. I found this really cool, kind of this like modernist, mid-century mobile. It goes on his desk. It is really cool. I kind of thought it was old because it definitely has like some patina, but I think the tag fell off, but I don't think it's that old, but I think it's just super cool. I want to say I paid like $7 for that one. I don't know. The pricing on everything was really low, but there was a couple items, only a few items that were $5 or more, and I think that was one of them. This one for sure, I paid $7. It's this, also not old, but it's this metal sculpture of this horse. And I say it's not old because I can see that it has like this new painted bottom, but I am gonna say it was probably made in India, and I just found it really appealing. I paid $7 for it. I am gonna put it online. I will probably put, I don't know, maybe like $43. A lot of times I will subsidize shipping, so I'll price things a little bit higher to make up for the fact that a lot of times I will cover part of the shipping. So I'm gonna say $43 on that. I snatched this one up super quick. It's this Laurel Birch coffee mug. She was a designer in the 1990s, and she always would put cats on her coffee mugs. And honestly, this is the third Laurel Birch coffee mug that I have picked up. Every single one has sold, and I think I have $26 on this. Unfortunately, they are really well made, so it's over a pound, so it's spendy to actually ship these, but it's super cool, and it's very 1990s, and I know somebody will absolutely love it. This is kind of an unusual piece, handmade, but it's this cool little vase. I mean, it so reminds me of the 1980s. Could have been done in the 90s, but it definitely has an interesting design, an interesting colorway, and it would just look good with a couple little dried stems in it. This one was $2. The coffee cup was actually 50 cents, by the way, but this one was only $2, and I'm just not sure. I don't know if I should put it online, if it would sell. I don't even know how to describe it because it's so unusual. So that's still up in the air. I found this cute little brass pineapple candlestick holder. Anytime I find brass, I buy it, right? Because brass is still hot out there. And I want to say I paid $2 for this one. I picked up 3 of these. These are like Mesoamerican clay pottery mass from Mexico. And it's, again, I said this before, but it's really hard to date like Mexican or Latin American pottery because they really haven't changed the way that they make things. And so it's hard to tell just based on the quality because it pretty much hasn't changed. But I think I paid $3 for each of these. And then this one I put up for $58, and this one I put up for $48. We'll see how they do. If they don't sell in a reasonable amount of time, I'm going to lower the price. But for now, I left that as it is. They are heavy. They're over 2 pounds, and they're they're gonna need a lot of bubble wrap. So for sure, I know I'm gonna subsidize that shipping. I picked up 2 ginger jars, this one, and then come to find out, this one was actually from Target originally, but it's super cute. I think that one was $2. This one was $5, and this one is definitely older. And so I had listed a ginger jar a while ago. I didn't know if it would actually sell. It was about this big, but it sold for like $25 online. So I decided to make the investment in those, and I don't know what I'm gonna price them at. The blue one, it's gonna be under $25 because it is new from Target. The bigger one, I will maybe try to ask $35. I picked up this Ram's bottom pitcher that looks just like that. Although, oh, I just saw it has a repair. Gosh darn it. I only paid $4. It is going to my Americana booth. It is vintage, but you see how it's just stamped on there. So it's probably from the 80s, I'm gonna say, that vintage, not like the 40s or the 50s. Because it does have a break, I think I'll maybe only price it at like maybe $13. I cannot remember what these are called. I want to call them an armillary. I don't remember what they're called. Anyways, it's a wonderful piece. It would look great in a country farmhouse, I think. And it doesn't have the price on it, so I can't remember what I paid for that one, but it is going to my farmhouse booth, and I will probably put $44 on it. I picked up a set of these super heavy brass large candlesticks. How much were these? So these were $8 for the pair. They're really fabulous, and they look older. Very nice. I love them. They're going to the booth, and I will put $55 on them because they're really well made and very large. I love a good mortar and pestle, but this one's interesting because it's wood. Usually you see them and they're usually like marble, right? But this one is a wood one. It was $3.50. I think it's very cute. It's very cottagecore, very country. This one's going to the booth, and I'll probably put like $23 on it. It's a great display piece. I paid $2 for this little duck. It's so cute. I don't know what you could put in here, but I'm sure you could put something in there. It is also going to my Americana booth, and I will probably put $33 on it. I picked up this scale, and I paid $10 for this scale, but it wasn't at that rummage sale. It was actually at an estate sale I went to the week before when I was in Olympia, and I don't know if scales are still in. Maybe you can tell me in the comments, but I was attracted to it. I kind of liked the look of it, and it will go to my Americana booth. I don't know what they're running, so I still have to comp it. Well, thanks for joining me on this week's adventure. I hope you had a good time. I certainly did. And if you get a chance to get out and do some thrifting, I certainly hope the thrifting gods will be with you and you find some fabulous stuff. And otherwise, I will see you on the next video.